My question is, Secretary, do you agree with the San Francisco Fed that the nearly $2 trillion March spending package was a significant causal factor in the high, increasingly broad-based and accelerating inflation that we observed this past year?
Senator, we're seeing high inflation in almost all developed countries around the world, and they have very different fiscal policies. So it can't be the case that the bulk of the inflation that we're experiencing reflects the impact of the ARP.
So you've got Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen yesterday denying Senator Steve Daines' claim that massive government spending is leading to inflation. This as Americans grapple with the rising cost of everything, including gas and food. Montana Senator Steve Daines, who we just saw there, he's live from Capitol Hill. Senator, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
You asked her a great question because the San Francisco Fed came out and said in the last quarter of last year, I think it was 3% of the inflation, and it was close to 5 or 6 at that point. 3% was from the government spending, and there she is yesterday saying, no, it had nothing to do with it. But then again, last week she said she was wrong about inflation, so why should we even trust what she says?
Well, the Biden administration is living in a fairy tale. It's an alternative universe, alternative reality versus what's actually happening going on. Remember, last year when the Democrats were trying to jam through this massive multi-trillion-dollar spending package, we warned them, saying this is going to cause inflation. We warned the Treasury Secretary. We warned the American people. At the same time, the president shuts down pipelines. He stops Made in America energy. This was going to cause massive inflation. And you know what? Don't just take my word for it. Larry Summers, who was Clinton's Secretary of Treasury, who was also Obama's senior economic advisor, Larry Summers, a Democrat, said the exact same thing as they were jamming through these massive spending bills that really lit the fire and created the inflation that's going on today. When I go back home to Montana, the three biggest issues for Montanans is inflation, inflation, and inflation. It's the price of gas and the price of groceries.
Absolutely, 100%. And then Jamie Dimon in the last couple of days talked about how, given what the course we're on right now, we're heading for some sort of economic hurricane or something bad. And Elon Musk says he had a super bad feeling about what's going on. But in the meantime, Senator, you know, it was a year ago when the administration was asked about inflation. And I remember Joe Biden saying it's transitory. We've got like 40 Nobel Peace Prize Nobel Prize winning economists who are saying it's just going to be temporary. This is the advice the president is getting. He needs new people coming up with what's going on, because all you got to do is watch the news to know that everything's screwed up.
Well, they ought to take those Nobel Prize propeller heads and get them out to places like Montana, stand by the gas pump, and explain that to a mom who's trying to fill up her pickup right now to get her kids to school. This is a reality that the administration is living in that's not real. It's truly an alternative reality. It is a fairy tale that they're living at the moment. Here's the problem. It's having a significant harm to hardworking Americans. They don't know what to do. We're now at $5 a gallon for gas, and it's going up. It's already up 40 cents in the last 2 weeks. I think we're probably headed to $6 a gallon gas here by the time we hit the summer. We've never, ever seen prices like this. And the sad part about this, a lot of this could have been avoided with common sense policies, Made in America energy. What's the administration doing? They're saying go buy more electric vehicles, and we need to reduce tariffs on solar panels. That's literally what you heard from Democrats just yesterday.
Well, because, Senator, there are a number of people on the environmental left who would love gas to be $15 a gallon so nobody ever turns on their car.
Don't ever forget, when they wake up in the morning, when I say they, the Democrats and the climate crazies, climate change is a religion for them. And they're focused on climate change. I'll tell you what the American people are focused on: the change in the gas price at the pump. That's the change that worries Americans the most at this moment in our history.
Well, the thing that worries the White House the most are the midterm elections, because given all the prices for everything, you know what? Come November 8th, people are going to be thinking, you know what? This person who voted along with Joe Biden for all this stuff and supported him, he didn't have my best interests in mind, because look at the ditch we're in.
No doubt about it. We're seeing a red wave that's building unlike anything we've ever seen in our nation's history. That's what the numbers are showing us as we look at numbers, what the American people are saying. They know who's to blame for this, and they know the elections have consequences. It is time to elect new people to Washington, D.C., and in 24, we got to elect a new president as well.
Senator Steve Daines from the great state of Montana. Sir, thank you very much for joining us live.
Thank you.